G'day, I'm Ben from Catch Pro Australia, and this is Lawn Care Skull Sessions with the co-host, Bearded Lawnsman, BJ. How are you?
Good, bro. What's happening?
Not that much, mate. I'm in pretty good spirits, but yeah, you know, not a whole lot happening.
Looks like you've been fucking climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah, got me new Sherpa. This is from Bad Workwear. So,
Give us a feel.
I just buy half of this shit now just for the podcast.
How good does it look, though?
I don't know. Does it look? Oh, I've noticed I'm bloody dirty.
Oh no, you got fluff on you. Dude, I like it.
Yeah, I never really was a jacket dude, but you know, like I've got kids and shit. And
Yeah,
halfway to 40, so it's
plenty
time
of
to run.
pockets.
Usually, I'd be like wearing a hoodie and.
Well, there's nothing wrong with wearing a hoodie.
Nah, but you know, like
I'm repping my fucking crew.
do you ever wear the hood?
I did this morning. It was fucking chilly willy.
No, not because you're cold, but like just to be a gangster.
Oh nah.
See, I do. Actually, you know, locally, I don't know if they did this down where you're living, and we don't live that far away. Like
I know where you're
20
going.
minutes. But when you filled up at a servo, you couldn't wear a hood.
In Wynnum, they banned hoods.
Yeah. So I always used to crank mine. And then, like, you know how you get some of like the Indian workers, and they're like, you know, not supposed to rah, and you just give them like a sneaky laugh, like, fuck off.
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me?
I almost just dropped.
Oh, chicka-choo.
Yeah, we might have to. But, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
It's not like I'm wearing a fucking ski mask.
Yeah, exactly. I just look too cool when I put my hood on, so, you know, I have to keep it down.
Yeah.
Keeps the back of me fucking fat neck warm.
I mean, criminals are pretty dumb, so they're probably like, yeah, fuck yeah, if I put a hoodie on, no one will see me.
Yeah. Fuck no. Yeah, well, I'm guessing there'd be a few robberies in Wynnum with the old hoodie. That place.
Oh, the other night, I was coming back from basketball.
Yeah.
And usually when I come back, I'm just cruising because, like, I'm trying to breathe and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been running around trying to punch down a lung buster at the same time. And anyway, I was coming up to a set of traffic lights and you could just see red and blue, like, everywhere. And I was thinking, like, fuck yeah, what's happening here? Because I don't get out much.
Yeah.
And anyway, it had literally just happened. I thought it was a crash. So I was kind of like, at the same time, I was really excited. I was like, oh, fuck, hope no one's, you know, injured and stuff. Because you don't like to think.
No.
You know, even when it's a bit of excitement, you're like, oh, fuck. But, no, it must have been some dude in a stolen car.
Fuck.
And, like, it must have just happened, man, because they were still restraining him.
Oh.
And I got it on camera and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But the way that the car had pulled up and with the amount of cop cars that are around him, he must have got, like, proper bombard. Like he must have been hit and crashed and then come to, like, a...
Shit. Yeah. Proper fucking...
Fuck me, there was cops everywhere, man.
Really?
There was D's and, you know...
must have been important.
Yeah, and then it was... Like, I was the second car back and I had my phone and, like, I got a little magnet phone holder.
Yeah.
So I'm just straight up, like, boost on the camera. And the traffic lights changed, but it was, like, blocking everything, so we couldn't go.
Oh, no.
So
you
anyway.
got fucking mad footage.
Well... Look, it was awesome at the time, but when you look back at the footage, you're like, I'm kind of bored of this.
Boo. Did you know him?
I didn't know him, but I'll tell you what, it was fucking cold. He had no shoes on and no shirt.
Oh, sexy.
So, yeah, he was probably high on crack.
He
was
wasn't
like, man,
cold
I'm
at all.
fucking hot as, let's go for a rage.
Fucking put the air conditioning on. Oh,
so
man.
anyway,
That's a bit of excitement for Benny's week. Did you win at basketball?
We actually lost right at the very end. We led the whole game.
Did they get you with a buzzer beater?
Not quite a buzzer beater, but
that's sad.
I had 4 fouls, so I couldn't play D, so that's why we lost.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because
you're pretty gangster.
Yeah, I just intentionally foul people all game long.
You love
no one's scoring on me, man. Fuck that.
You love the D.
Hell yeah. So, what about y'all?
Oh, well, by the time this drops, hopefully I'm fucking rolling around in my new truck.
Yeah.
I've got the paperwork through to get all the rego sorted. Apparently it's back in town. Yeah, so pretty excited about that. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed anymore because I fucking want it now. Starting to get things happening with my shed. Got myself some, it's like a fucking anti-vermin shit I have to put around the bottom. Just all little things coming together nicely.
Oh man, it's going to be mad, decorating that, eh?
Yeah, fuck. It's
putting up some, good hustler and bushranger signs.
Yeah, fucking, I'll use those to fill the wall.
I'll use those as my rags.
Oh, yeah, boy.
They listen to this shit, man.
They don't listen to us.
No, they don't fucking listen.
They don't listen. No, I've already asked the cool kids down there at Skag to hook me up with some flags. One of my customers is he does sheeting for a living, plastering and shit like that. So we're going to insulate and we're going to sheet the whole shed.
Fuck, you'd have a field day here.
Oh, really?
Oh man, people just must have walked around this house punching in the walls.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a mad little shag pad when we're finished. I don't know how long it's going to stay nice because obviously I'm going to use
Will Lou mind if you bring chicks back to root them?
Nah, she'll be right. She loves it. She can watch. I'll set the cameras up.
She'd be like, fuck yeah, girl, I don't have to.
One less job for me this week.
Yeah. So this is just a little sidebar thing. Got a message from Greens Lawns and Garden.
Yeah.
Now, I feel awful. I don't know his first name. Do you?
Nah. I'll just say Greenie whenever he comes up. I'm like, hey, Greenie's back.
So I can't say Greenie because there's a different dude called Greenie.
Yeah, there is another Greenie.
So anyway, but man, this dude, he cracks me up. He reminds me of Scott Clancy.
Oh, really?
Don't you think so?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do.
He just is a fucking spitting image of one of our old mates who, we're not mates with him anymore, but geez, he was
fucking dropped off the radar.
He was good. Yeah, he was bloody good fun.
Now he actually dropped off the radar.
Look at his fucking mug, eh?
I know.
He's
a handsome Bruce,
He's
isn't
just
he?
like, fuck yeah, I'm a good cunt.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to beep out another one.
Well, if you're beeping him out, I can say it.
No, you don't.
Just let me be myself.
So much fucking work for me. Got to meow half my own C-bombs.
Can everyone just comment, like, I don't think that we should necessarily, but can we just use the C-bomb?
Which the dynamic of this podcast is changing. We were all about no C-bombs, and now you're like starting to wedge them in. I know I've thrown a few around.
Yeah, I just feel left out.
Oh, well, there you go. I think we're about even now. Do you want me just to leave them in?
My mum doesn't listen, so...
Nah, my mum has listened.
Oh, what a champion.
She doesn't care. She called me a C-bomb anyway.
My mum would be like, oh
no.
Die.
No, but Uncle Green there, he wasn't on social media for a fair while, and he just popped back into our lives, and I love his content, so it's good to see him back.
Oh, I love his face, eh?
Oh,
so.
Open mouth power if I see him on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, well.
Look, today we're going to be talking. About employee culture, bad habits, and how to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason, and obviously we've breezed over some of this stuff here and there, just because that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
We're always talking about different things.
There's only so many topics we can talk about.
Yeah, well, that's right. But there, we try and think of things that are relative to what's happening out there in the social media world right now. And there's so much emphasis on, say, finding the perfect worker. And I think as business owners, one thing that we should always keep in mind is if you're looking for the perfect worker, then that whoever that person is out there, they're probably looking for the perfect boss.
Yeah.
And I don't think that either of those things is going to be easy to achieve. It's kind of like when you're looking for a partner, right? Yeah. You're not really looking for your dream girl, or you're looking for someone that's as fucked up as you are.
Yeah.
In the sense that, we're not lucky. We're not all lucky enough to have our dream.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. My partner, she's like my opposite.
Well, okay, yeah. Your opposite?
Yeah, she likes to bash me. I like to bash her back.
Imagine that. Yeah, I bash my wife.
Yeah, she smashed me in the mouth with a glass.
If she fucking questions me, I just like straight up just bang.
Oh, yeah, and then she fucking bang you back.
Nah, she's just like, yeah, all right, Ben.
At least I'm tit for tat.
Imagine if, just I can't believe how this is even starting off already.
All right.
But when we had kids, we weren't married.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bastard children, twins.
Neither did we.
And I don't know if this happened to you or not, but when the twins were being ready to be born, and you know how you go and have all the meetings, and they always ask the partner to step out of the room eventually. And I'm like thinking like, oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, Vicky comes out and she's like, yeah, they're full quizzing me like, oh, you know, am I happy? Am I depressed? You know, has Ben been beating you?
Oh, shit.
You know, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, where the fuck's this coming from? But apparently it's stock standard.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, fair enough.
And I don't know.
It's fucked though that's something that they have to ask. Like,
yeah, I think it's just like when a woman is pregnant, there's obviously so many things, you know, the body's changing and, you know, I mean, their life's going to be fucked forever once they have their kid. You just got to say it how it is, right?
Nah, fuck it.
But, you know, and when different emotions and everything and, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand why automatically, because you're pregnant, someone's going to ask you if your fucking husband beats you.
Yeah. And even when, because I had to stay in hospital, I mean, I guess some dudes do this anyway. Like they just nominate, like, oh, yeah, you just had a baby, I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
But they made me do it. I wasn't going to.
Okay.
Our girls were preemies, so like they were in a fucking incubator anyway.
Yeah.
And when they came out, I think they say, I don't know if it's stock standard, but they want to see like how you can handle twins before they send you off.
Yeah.
And I was going out for a durry, you know, like every hour, coming back in, and after hours, they're like, oh yeah, who are you here to see? I'm like, oh, Vicky. Oh yeah, last name, and we weren't married, so I'm like, you know, Bowman. What door number? What room number? And I'm thinking like, I fucking walk past you, receptionist. You fucking know who I am.
Dude, 100%.
Full mad discrimination, eh?
I fucking 100% understand why. So we've had a lot of experience with hospitals, and when we were in hospital with Ella, we were there for 6.5 months, and we saw the most fucked up, bummiest shit that you could even imagine. So even to the point at one stage, people stole the washing machine and dryer from the special care unit. Literally fucking jumped. This guy and girl jumped in the lift with a trolley each with the washer and dryer and walked it straight out the front door.
Oh, wow.
Someone stole all the phones out of the parents' room in intensive care ward.
What, like landline phones?
Landline phones. And someone stole all the TVs. People used to come up and steal all the sugar, the coffee, like, fuck, man.
Oh, yeah, man. In that little tea room, I was going absolutely nuts with Vegemite and toast.
Yeah, that's there to be eaten, like, where we were, like, there was a proper
I was a new
machine.
dad. I needed my Vegemite.
Yeah, Vegemite was good for you, eh?
No, it's Vegemite.
Vegemite. It was crazy, man. So I fully understand why they have to, like, check.
I saw one domestic, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but they were putting a Sheila in a panel van.
Oh, shit. Was it a domestic or a fucking kidnapping?
No, like the cops.
Oh!
Yeah. They, I'm sure that these Sheilas were like patients at the hospital. They must have been like just full going skits, and they were getting locked up. So I'm sitting out there like having a durry. It's like the middle of the night, and I just, you know, am already having issues like just trying to go to sleep, and like all I wanted to do was just be at my own home.
Yeah.
And then there's just like this full mad domestic going on, like these Sheilas were just going crazy and these cops are just full bashing them, which I thought it was funny just because they were making such a fuss.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fucking slam her head harder. I'm not a woman basher, by the way. I'm totally not like that.
He's a good fella. But, chicks or dudes, sometimes people just deserve a little fucking head knock.
Oh, man, if they're fucking acting up like that.
Outside of a hospital at midnight, that's fucked.
It wasn't midnight. It was a lot later than that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Anyway, the good news is I passed the test and they gave us the kids.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
So,
they're still alive. You haven't killed them yet, so that's good.
Oh, man, they got their sports day tomorrow.
Woo!
Although this is the Sunday episode, so that's going to be tripping everyone out.
Yep.
Filming on a Tuesday.
Yeah, here we are.
So, I've already told them that they won't be able to beat my high jump record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit. Is it like in writing somewhere that you got it, or is that just a dad record?
It's the real deal.
Oh, it's legit. You got the real.
No, it's not in writing, no.
Oh, wow.
So
I don't know how I might get in their ear before I leave. I'd be like, hey, fucking, what about Dad's record, eh? Ask for proof.
Nobody's ever beat it. So anyway,
fair enough. No one ever will.
So getting back, I know that we've already
what's our episode again, Ben?
I don't even know how we got onto all the hospital shit.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But it is about employee culture.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And like I said, the reason why we wanted to bring this up is because there is a lot of chitter chatter about finding workers.
Yes.
And you've gone through it yourself.
Yes.
And this conversation, it's going to go on until the end of time.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I'm already, in my mind, I'm already like, fuck, do I want to pick up more work and get another person on board? It's already fucking ticking around in my brain. But once it's done, it's definitely worth it. Once you get those people in place, like, I still don't know if I've got the right people in the right place. I feel like they are. I'm the kind of person who always asks, like, are you finding it okay? Are you happy? And they're saying yes. Whether they get a better offer and fucking ditch me and leave me heartbroken, that's another story. But for now, I feel like everything's
Is the
good.
way that you talk to them the way that the nurse was talking to my wife about, like, oh, are you all right? Does he beat you?
One-on-one, like when I'm asking them, I will, like, I'm a fuckhead, like, let's be honest.
Okay.
But I do have like a little sense of professionalism when I'm talking to them in regards to like making sure they're happy, making sure like, everything is going okay with them.
Do you ever touch any of your workers?
No.
Because I promise we'll get into the episode soon. Now you continue.
No, I do
just like a little butt tap.
Yeah, a little butt tap now and again.
Because
not on the new guy yet. I have to warm him up.
Yeah. You always have to sort of just.
Yeah, you got to find out where the boundaries are.
And because I just gotta fucking tell everyone, Russell is the biggest homophobe.
Russell is the biggest homophobe.
And like we grew up with Rusty, right? So I don't know what the go is, but yeah, it'd just be like, if I go anywhere near him, he's just like, "Oi, Ben, fuck off."
He knows instantly.
It is just like it works me. It makes me want to.
I know. Well, the way that you are with him has made me change the way I am with him. So I went to put my arm on his shoulder and be like, "Oi, what's happening, man?" And then I was like, "Is he going to lash out at me?"
Like, did he accept it?
He accepted it.
Oh, see, I'd have no chance. But he'd actually say to me, he'd actually be like, "This is unacceptable," and he'd be like looking at me dead in the eyes, and I'm like already smirking. He's like, "No, see, I can see you smirking." He's like, "I'm gonna go to Office of Fair Trading and tell them that I am constantly being harassed," and it just like when he used the harassed word, that's when I was like, oh my god, you're being serious. Yeah. If he had said harassment remember at school, harassment. It's important to learn your employee boundaries.
Where the boundaries are.
Like, oh, is he cool with a butt tap, or
cool with a hopawati?
Like, can you pin him down and
lick them on the face? Blah, blah, blah.
Or blow, like when you're mowing and just you see them in the distance and blow kisses to them.
And the stories, like, you don't know how far to go with stories, but like I know Will has definitely opened up to me about a few fun adventures that he's had.
Or even sometimes when you're walking past, you just give him like a little hump.
just
a little pelvic thrust.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just walk past and I'll grab him on the dick and I'll just pull it as hard as I can.
Dick touches.
But you know what? I've had employees that have been super touchy with me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how this is going.
Yeah, I got to admit, I only like it going one way. I don't like accepting it.
I'm the dominant one.
Yeah.
Which is weird though, because he was new and he kind of like came up and he like put his hand on my shoulder and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that's just touchy.
Yeah, but like it was like I'm hanging off you.
Nah, that's too much.
It's like, yeah.
So like, you know Shorey?
Yeah.
Like he'd be the type of dude you'd come to work and he'd give you like a hug.
Yeah, but that's okay, that's Shorey.
That is okay. Then he had some workers who ended up being like him.
Yeah.
And I'd rock up. I didn't work there anymore. And this dude tried to hug me. And I was like, so the first time I accepted it.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was a dude hug. It's not like a fucking cuddle or anything. And then the next time he like went to do it, I was just like, man, I'm not fucking having this.
Yeah. Imagine if you rocked up to a job and like everyone to say good morning was just open mouth passion. Just hey, morning, Greg.
Like it's just a thing that you did.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was just like instant fucking. Oh, hey Sharon, any phone calls?
So are you one of those dudes, and like I said to all the listeners, we will get into the episode, but are you one of those dudes, right, where let's say you're catching up with either family or friends?
Yeah.
Let's say you got 15 friends. You coming to drinks at someone's place. Would you go round like and you shake all the boys' hands and kiss all their wives on the cheek?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, well, I do and I don't. It depends. Like,
so I do. Well,
so like, if I'm coming to something at your place, like I'll fucking give you a fist bump and I'll go and say hello to Vicky, but she doesn't like beard, so I won't give her a kiss. I'll give her a hug.
Because I've noticed, like, we'll, and this is obviously doesn't happen that often, but if we're at a place and I'll notice I've got mates and they'll kiss all the wives on the cheek.
Yeah. And
lean over and everything, and I'm just like, nah, fuck that.
Fuck you all.
Just say g'day, eh?
Yeah.
Now with family, we're Dutch.
Yeah.
So they want to fucking give you 2 kisses.
Oh, okay.
Do you get that? Do you get that? Yeah. Imagine your auntie just kissing on the head and kissing on the dickhead.
That's where my Speedos go. Don't do it, honey.
Oh, this is just going to be a fucking absolute disaster of an episode.
It's all good. It's all good.
Anyway, do you get
not
that?
The double smoochies, but I kiss and hug all of Lou's family. My family, I kind of throw rocks at them, but my mum will come around and fucking bring my nan. I'll give her a big kiss and cuddle, but
yeah, your nana's different. It's like, g'day, granny.
Yeah, hey, nana.
But
she's like, who the fuck are you?
But like all me cousins and that, and like you can see them all kissing each other, and you're like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
That's just who I am. So
yeah, no, I'm like a hugger. I never was though until I met Lou. Like her family are kind of like, hey, like they're really welcoming. Like
I know it's ridiculous.
People,
like my family, just even a piece of shit like me, and there's like, oh, come and give me a cuddle and kiss.
But no, I know what you mean. It's kind of weird. It's not weird when you haven't seen.
What the fuck are we talking about? Oh yeah,
employees.
Oh yeah, touching our employees.
Touching our employees. So I love a good fist pump. Like a good week, it's like, hey, fucking good week, boys. Fucking fist bump. I'll
tell you another story quickly. We are talking about employee culture.
These are all relevant stories.
Yeah,
don't apologise.
Do you remember J Baby?
Yeah.
So I had for our listeners, I had a young lad working for me, and he was like a proper lad, like full bum bag, Adidas, and he thought he was real hard.
Yeah.
And in fact, he was pretty hard. Like he got up to some fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking at him like, yeah, whatever, small fry. You think you're so hard and everything. And every day after work, when I'd drop him off, he'd just want to like shake my hand.
Yeah.
And I'd be kind of like, yeah, rah, rah. And then like it kind of got to the next week, and I was like, oi, I'm not shaking your fucking hand every day, eh? Like,
just get out.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of the car.
Just get out, mate.
And make sure you're fucking on time tomorrow. So
it's good now, COVID.
It was kind of like one of those things where, I don't know, it just seemed a little bit unnecessary to just be shaking hands with my employee every day.
Okay, so more sidebarring.
But fist bump, like if I was like, oh, catch you later, beach.
Yeah, we fist bump at the start of every episode.
Yeah, but I would fist pump anyone as because, you know, it's minimal contact.
What about customers? Have you ever heard a customer like kiss and cuddles?
At the village, I hated that too, because, you know, you're always hot and sweaty, and some of these old ducks, they're like, they used to say, no, like, we love the smell of a man.
Oh,
and I'm like, yeah, like even my mum is like that. Like I'll be like all hot and sweaty doing something at home, and she'll come over and I'll be like, oh, I'm all hot and sweaty. And she'll be, no, you're not. You always say that. And I'm like, no, I fucking am. I'm like, no, I am. And
I'm like, I can smell my balls from here.
But yeah, some of those old ducks, mate. Like,
what are they doing after they cover you? They're like rubbing on you, keeping the jacket in the cupboard, just sniffing it. Okay, it's another fucked up story.
Hey?
Here's another fucked up story.
Oh, here we go.
So this just came back to me, like maybe it's a bad flashback or something, but back when I was about...
Let's just throw the topic out the fucking
gone. I was the employee, so I used to go... So my mum, like it was just me and mum, so maybe she just was trying to get rid of me for the night, but when I was about 13, I used to work for this lady. She was a lovely lady called Thelly, and she was like an old lady, and she used to have this fucking huge garden, and she used to get me around, and she would actually ask my mum if I could stay at her house.
Oh.
So she was like, I was like a surrogate husband, but she was not into that depth, but she would give me all this stuff. Like she'd give me aftershave to wear, but she would cook like the most amazing food, like 3 meals, then like snacks in between. Then in the morning she'd make me all this like crazy good breakfast. And it didn't occur to me until I got older. I was like, I was just a husband to her. Like,
yeah, she just wanted to cater for someone.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, oh shit, like this is going a bit far.
Do you think women are still like that? In terms of, like, my wife is like that. Like, if I wanted to make myself a sandwich, my wife would be like, no, let me do that for you. Like, it's just the way that our household runs. Like, you know, I do all the yard stuff.
Yes and no.
She does.
If Lou's making a sandwich, she'd be like, do you want a sandwich? But if I want a sandwich, I'll make a sandwich.
Yeah, no, but like if I try and do something in the kitchen, my wife will literally just be like, let me do that.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong, like I'll fold the washing and I'll bath the kids, and like I pull my weight around the house, but just when it comes to food and those
does she
types
just
of
not want
things,
you to make a mess?
Look, I would assume it's got a lot to do with that, because let's face it, I'm not a clean person.
Yeah, I feel like that's
even when I am clean, I still can't be trusted in a white t-shirt.
So that's where sort of it comes into it. Like I'll make dinner, and then
I've never done that.
You've never made dinner?
Not for like my family.
Oh, really? Fuck. I think I make dinner now and again. Not all the time.
Because see, the way that, and like there is no right and wrong way.
No.
I actually would love to know how to cook.
Yeah.
But it's just over for me. But the way that we always, like obviously when I was a youngster, it was like, oh, fuck yeah, what's in the freezer to cook up? And that was what dinner was.
Yeah.
Or I'd go out and buy something.
Okay.
Then like, you know, I only had a few years where Vicky and I were like properly together without kids.
Yeah.
So Vicky she would have time to make meals.
Yeah.
And, you know, once we had kids and I was back from mowing, it was like, oi, husband, take the fucking kids away from me. And, you know, I would go and play with the kids until it was bath time. And in that time, Vicky would be preparing food.
Cool.
So it's kind of always been a little bit like that.
Well, I lived by myself from like, fucking 17 or something, 18. So I was like, I can't eat takeaway because I had no license. And what was there? Macca's and fucking Macca's, KFC, Red Rooster.
Remember Roast House?
Roast House. Oh my God, I missed that fucking
Can we
place.
just tell our listeners, because I would love to know if there is a roast house somewhere else out there.
Please tell me there is.
What was it like? Say
it was like a charcoal chicken place,
like a carvery.
Yeah, kind of like a carvery.
It was just a local carvery.
Yeah,
but
this is before all that low and slow shit became a thing, eh? Like
all it was fucking chicken, chips,
roast
lamb,
pork, lamb,
all your veggies.
Oh. Fuck, it was so good.
And so we used to get on the piss every Friday and Saturday night, and it was cheap.
Yeah.
Like you could buy a box of like
pork,
chicken chips and veggies and peas and all that sort of shit. And like you could just get it on the run.
Yeah.
It used to cost us like $7.
Yeah, pork
for
chips and gravy, and it was like a fucking huge box. But there's nothing like that here. Maybe like down Sydney, Melbourne, places like that, there might be stuff, and maybe close to the city, but there's nowhere you can actually just go and get like meat and veggies and shit. Like you have to
not
go
at
to
night
KFC
time
or fucking...
Not at night time.
Yeah, I guess...
If you wanted to, you could go to a carvery during the day before 12.
Yeah. But that's in the middle of a shopping centre. Like there's no like separate carveries. How the fuck did we get onto carveries?
We're just reminiscing, eh?
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, so I used to live by myself.
That's how.
I even got to the point where, so when I moved just up the road from the pub, I remember I was on the
piss,
on the piss, and I used to invite ladies around to my house and cook full roast meals and shit. And
fucking hell, have a look at you.
People used to be fucking amazed. So for lunches, I used to cruise down, grab a whole chicken, quarter that fucker up, get 2 bags of salad, quarter those up, or half those, sorry, and away we go for lunches. And mate, I was real on the road. I love food though. Look at me, I love it. So I love cooking. I love the barbecue. I got a Weber. I'm not like big into the smoking thing. I love fucking eating it, but
yeah, I got to admit, I like that.
Yeah,
like I don't do any of it. And I never get to eat it unless we go to someone's house that's doing it. Yeah. But that is good shit.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I see stuff on social media and dudes are like, hell yeah, and they're doing something with food. You know, smoking it or doing whatever. Yeah. It's a whole day event.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't have to be like...
They just sit there fucking all day waiting for the food, and I guess they're just drinking piss. But like, I would just be like, no, that's going to take way too long.
Yeah. You know what I love though?
Maybe I'm just too tense.
Nah, you'd be right. Because you could put something on to smoke, and you could do all the other shit, and then just go back when it's at temp, give it a little fucking squirt with water, blah blah blah.
Yeah, maybe it's something.
It's pretty involved, but it's not like you have like big breaks in between touches. But like, I'll cook a massive barbecue, and that'll do like, you know, that night's dinner, the next day, and Lou will make like, she'll do the salads and shit like that. So it kind of works out.
I'm not really that good with leftovers either.
Oh, see, I'm a leftover monster.
You should see everyone, like seriously, Russell could fucking eat the same thing for breakfast, lunch and dinner for like 10 fucking days,
so
man. I am not like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I had that. Give me something else.
Well, I don't know. You fucking drink a few mockers.
Yeah, no, I'll fucking punch them down constantly. But yeah, no, with food, it's like Vicky will be like, we'll have lasagna. Oh, hell yeah. And she makes a wicked lasagna, right?
What are you having tonight?
2 nights later, hey, do you want spaghetti? We kind of just had that. No, we had lasagna. It's the same fucking thing, Vicky.
Man. Yeah, but see, I like when we do tacos. Like we'll have tacos.
They're having tacos out there tonight.
It's time for dinner. But then I'll make like a burrito the next day, and then I'll sprinkle it on my body and have Lou eat it off me the next night.
Oh, I am so badly. Vicky will not eat food off me.
No, I wouldn't let Lou eat food off me. Imagine how much fucking hair she'd be like.
So you'll let me and all my pals do belly shots out of you, but you won't let your wife eat food off you.
Yeah, imagine how much fluff the first shot had in it too.
That's why I refuse to do it. Even though, like, when you go after anyone else, you get
their dregs.
You get their lip. You get their lip wetness.
Their juices.
But when you're on the piss, it's like, hey, the boys say,
boys,
quick power
drink
shake
out
for the
of
boys.
drink out of BJ. Stuff his asshole full of grass.
I was just thinking that because I don't know how far into this episode we are, but should we just throw this fucking topic away and talk shit for half an hour? Because, man, I'll tell you, like, we are supposed to be giving good advice, good sound advice. And we have forgotten where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. We'll keep this topic for next week. Employees and how not to be a fucking predator.
What other sidebars do you have then?
Oh, look.
I mean, it has to be work related, but
nothing else has been work related.
Well, we're doing our best. No, so everything has spurred, from one thing to another.
Yeah.
All right. How about we just start on the topic?
Yeah, we can start.
So I want to tell you, a great example of this topic is when I worked for Shorey, they were just going from a small operation, and they were like, they always were saying, like, we want to go big time, and they did get there. They're fucking big time now.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll never forget, they wanted us to rock up to work with our t-shirts tucked in, and I was kind of like against it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I sort of tried to go along with it, and I'll never forget. Now, if anyone doesn't know who we're talking about, his name is David Shaw. He was on our podcast
fair few episodes ago,
but you can go back into the archives and check out the Shoreys, the Live Outdoors episode that we have. Great guy, but not a polished individual by any means. So I'm being told to rock up with my t-shirt tucked in. I fucking rock up to work one day. He comes stumbling out of his house with a pair of long pants on, right? But only one side of the pant was long.
What?
The other side was like some sort of fucking 3/4 thing because it had been chewed off by a dog or something. He walked out of his house. His shoelaces were never done up. Like, it was just amazed me, the standard that was trying to be set for his workers, and that he could just live by whatever rules.
Yeah.
Now, the basis of this week's episode was supposed to be lead by example.
Yeah.
And, how to be a better boss.
Yeah.
And, like, I can always remember telling my workers, hey, guys, we're not going to walk around this site smoking with a durry out your mouth, right? If you want to go and have a smoke, go and sit in the rig, go to this place, go to the front gate, and I always remember thinking to myself, I have to live by that rule.
Yeah.
I can't tell them to do something and then go and do the opposite.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important. Like, same sort of thing for you?
Yeah. When the boys want to do heroin, I say make sure you're in the back of the trailer with the doors closed. No, it definitely.
I wasn't expecting.
None of my boys smoke. I do.
I'm not talking about the smoking thing. I'm just talking about the whole.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. Especially with things like swearing. I swear, obviously. They swear as well because I've got like-minded guys in my crew. And I say, don't do it while you got your headphones in, number one, because you're way louder than you think.
Yeah, like you can see him sitting there like, "Oi, fucking BJ, look at this."
Yeah, fucking look at this, bud. So that's one thing I always tell them. And I say, like, if you just leave it till when we get back to the car. or leave it till lunchtime, or leave it when you know you're out of earshot. I try to do the same. Sometimes when people have earphones on though, that's when I start touching people. Is when I'm talking to someone and their earphones are in. I'm like have to chase them down. I'm like, boys,
dude. I tell you, and all my boys were ISOs.
Yeah.
And when I say my boys, that's my past boys.
Yeah.
But I would always say one ear in when there's no machines going.
Yeah.
Like if you're listening to a podcast and you're weeding a garden, you got to have one ear out.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous that you're not aware of your surroundings.
One of the funniest things I've seen is, and I know I do it as well, because I listen to podcasts like Your Mum's House and stuff, and they're comedians and just funny ones. I saw DJ walking the other day.
He is.
And all of a sudden he just starts laughing out loud. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's just, I noticed that he had his earphones in. I was like, oh yeah, he's fucking listening to something good. But I know I do it, especially like when I was on the 40 acres today. I was like just having a fucking laugh. And, yeah.
Do you ever sing? Like if you're listening to tunes?
Look,
when you're by yourself,
I do sing from time to time.
Man, I get with it, eh?
Yeah. But
can you bust out a freestyle right now?
No. No way, bro. No way, bro. That's fucked. But no, I do. I like it. I like to have a bit of a fucking singy song. It's so bad when you
bit of Celine Dion. Britney Spears.
I normally fuck around with something that I can actually sing to. Like I don't full rap, especially because it's lots of swears and stuff. Just in case people are around.
I can't help it. I just start bumping along with it.
But I listen to a lot more podcasts than I do. I've got something wrong with my brain. Like I got ADHD, so things don't stick in my mind. So I can remember the lyrics to songs from when I was a kid. But now it's like there's too much other shit in there and I can't remember that stuff.
No, I don't listen to any new shit.
Yeah.
I don't listen to old school shit.
Yeah, see, I used to listen to a lot of old Aussie hip-hop and things like that.
That's whack.
Oh, fuck off, kid.
I don't listen to a little bit of old school Aussie hip-hop.
Yeah.
None of this new shit.
No, I don't really listen.
They're all fucking posers.
I don't mind a bit of chilling it. Fucking from time to time.
Who's she?
Yeah. Nah, he's alright. But that's about it.
So
we really fucked this topic, eh?
Yeah.
Right in the bum. That's alright. We'll leave it. I'm glad to know that the sound quality was back on point, especially with Marky's episode. Because
especially with Mark fucking sitting 2 meters back from the whole.
But he's got such a booming voice.
The whole episode, I was sitting there thinking like, fucking move closer.
Did you see me halfway through the episode? I'm just sliding the microphone back a little bit further.
Did you see me start clenching my fist and be like, I'm gonna fucking knock this dude today?
Imagine if you were employed by Mark and he came up and like whispered in your ear. He's like, "Oi, I'm gonna fuck you." Imagine that. Be like, oh no. Actually, I'd just be like, "Oh, it's just gonna happen." Eh?
So a few things that we forgot about that episode, and if anyone needs to jog your memory, it's the MG Mark Greaves episode where he sat in with us. But
excellent episode. I love that episode.
A couple of things that we didn't get to, and we did have a few people reach out and say, "Look, that was a really great episode. It was good to hear his story and his take on things." But the reality is, Mark's kind of a psycho. And we didn't get there, and it was going to be off limit. Like, I felt totally comfortable.
Yeah.
But we just didn't get there. But, like, he actually has a history of, like, if he's not happy with one of his workers, he'll be like, "All right, we're just, can you just go out the back and there's just a couple of weeds there?" And he'll just pack up all the shit and leave the worker there. And legit, like, that's it. They're done. They're fired.
Fuck.
And he's done it before where he's, like, I know for a fact that he has been like, "All right, let's go get a drink. Can you go and grab 2 Cokes from the servo?" And just bail. He's got their fucking esky. He's got their belongings. everything,
gone.
and he just goes.
He said though, he doesn't take any shit.
Yeah, so he's the real deal.
That's why I said if he comes up and whispers in your ear, you better be fucking carrying a little bit of Vass because he's coming for you.
It's unfortunate. Look, I think we could do a part 2.
Yeah, and it's really good to have someone who's a fucking straight shooter as well. Like, it's very rare these days that you do get such a straight shooter. Like, we kind of talk the shit, but yeah.
I think we're both straight shooters.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we're fucking...
Look, I think that there's a lot of straight shooters out there, but
they're not...
I don't think... No. I think there's a lot, but I don't think it's easy to put that on social media.
Yeah.
Because you're immediately going to get labelled.
That's true.
I mean, even with some of the things that I say, sometimes I think to myself, you know, these are potential Catch Pro customers, and, you know, what if that's just clashing too much with what someone believes in, and they're like, well, I'm not going to buy Catch Pro stuff now. Yeah. That stuff does happen. And, you know, I'm conscious of it to a certain extent, but confident enough in the products that, you know, it's, you're not buying me.
Yeah.
You're not buying Ben.
Yeah, that's true.
You're buying something that I'm just supplying.
Well, that's like me. I'm hopeful that customers of mine don't really listen to this. But we have a broad range. So big shout out to Jack. He's Sparky, I know. He came around the other day to quote some stuff. He's like, man, I'm loving the podcast.
And see, that's where I think this is a little bit different as well. I think a lot of our listeners are obviously self-employed, or maybe they do work. Maybe they're just an employee of a garden business or whatever. But I think that's where you're different. Where it's different is I do think you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
At Catch Pro, I'm not really selling myself.
Yeah.
Now, there is a certain responsibility that I have to take. And everyone can realise there's a serious side of me, and then there's the larrikin side as well.
Yeah.
But I do think... you know, when you are working with your hands, you are selling yourself as well. And we've talked about that before, you know, like looking like a slob or having a durry hanging out your mouth at, you know, a big time quote.
Yeah. Even to the point, it's actually last winter, there was some works being done at one of my villages. 10 o'clock's hit, these boys walked off, concreters, and they walked back into the village. All 3 of them had OP Bundy's cracked. At 10 o'clock on a fucking Wednesday morning, I'm like...
That's just what concreters do, man.
I was like, whoa.
It's a job that I couldn't do. Like, I would die on the job. Imagine working in that hot-ass sun, and then you start throwing rums down.
Fuck.
It'd kill me,
yeah.
I reckon.
Not only that, I'd probably fucking shit myself halfway through the job.
Don't even talk about you shitting again.
Pretty good lately. That's another reason why I like villages. There's always an on-site toilet.
It's always handy.
And you know what? One of my dudes had their kids brought some filthy gastro bug home. And I said, look, if you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, you know, it's all good. But just remember, we have a toilet on site, and you know, you're welcome to fucking abuse that as much as you need to, and you still get paid.
So did he go and reverse kangaroo?
Yeah, he's...
Does anyone know what a reverse kangaroo is?
Oh, I think everyone would know a reverse kangaroo. Have you done one?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'd be worried about splashback. I don't want shitty balls.
Nah. So can you explain to everyone what a reverse kangaroo is? just in case someone doesn't know.
It's just when you shit backwards, so you spin around, so you...
You know, like the cool kids at school when you go to sit on your chair, but you sit on it backwards?
Yeah, that's what a reverse kangaroo is.
Yeah, so next time you need to go to... Don't do this at home, by the way.
Yeah, it's awful.
Because you will have a mess to clean up.
Yeah.
But next time you're in a public toilet, just hop on that thing backwards.
Don't tell people to reverse kangaroo fucking public toilets.
What else?
To use them.
Where else are you going to... You can still reverse kangaroo on top of a kanga.
Yeah, but
I know I probably wouldn't. If every single toilet was reverse kangaroed, I'd be like, all right, I'm just going to kangaroo on top of it.
What about top deck? What about top decking? Where you shit in the actual cistern. So every time they flush it, it's...
That's so nasty.
That's so bad. Imagine me standing on top of a toilet. I'd snap it in half. That's awful. That's awful.
I don't know for sure, but I think reverse kanga first came from Big Brother.
Oh, really?
And this dude was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do it. And so he reverse kangas it. And then because obviously all your muck, instead of going into like the back of the bowl in the water where it gets flushed from, it just mounds up on the front of the bowl. And this chick walks in and Phil looks at it and is like, how the fuck is this even possible? And when you think about it, like you couldn't do it any other way.
Imagine a dude like going in there in the dark or something like that and just his shit just falling into shit. His dick and balls just sitting on top of a sturge.
Nah, because it'd be so low. Well,
we know some people with them.
Yeah.
My bag would probably hang on it, but.
Oh boy.
No, but I don't know where to go from here, mate. What we were talking about, MG fucking KO and kids and shit. He did say that he punched someone, but he never elaborated on that.
I don't think he punched one of his employees. I think he might have. Did he punch the cyclist?
No, I don't think so.
No, he didn't punch the cyclist? Okay, yeah.
I wish he did.
Oh
my God, talking about cyclists, did you see the Beta Brizzy or some shit was on the weekend?
I was in that shit, Phil.
So was I. Oh, fuck me, yeah.
No, I missed most of it. So.
Well, it was held on my street, so literally fucking 600 million cyclists cruising past. And I just sat out there and fucking threw cans of beer at them. No, it was crazy though. All the fucking roads were half shut down and I was going back and forth to dance concerts and stuff, so that was annoying.
We took the kiddos out to a park and we were lucky it was like toward the Gold Coast, so we managed to skip that.
Also, that was a good PP break, both of us in sync, so it's like ladies with their periods in the same house. Sometimes we boys like to go to the toilet together.
Can you believe how dead I'm going to be, like, if that happens to me later on? If all the women in my house start sinking?
Oh my God.
Nellie's already a fucking psycho.
Fucking Archer nearly took his eye out, bro. He's got like a cut, and you know how he did it? Running into a wall with his hands up. Fucking poked himself right, big cut up into his eye. Hey, while we're talking about employees,
are we?
Well,
is that seriously what we've been talking about in this episode?
Yes and no. It started and then it stopped and then it started. But I want to talk to you about like employees and equipment. So do you notice that some employees just don't give a fuck about your stuff?
Look, I do. I know that.
Yeah.
But I also do think, like, in the context of this week's episode, if that is in fact true, you have to sort of take care of it a little bit yourself. Mm. Like, I think if I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone else out there, but if you ever had workers that have emptied a grass catcher, like a Honda or a whatever push mower you're using, they empty it, and instead of leaning down to put the catcher on the ground, they just fucking throw it from where you're holding it.
Especially the plastic catchers.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Fuck them up real quick.
I know that. So this episode was supposed to be about employee culture and bad habits, etc.
Yeah.
And
we'll do that. Not next week.
No, we might as well do our best to try and at least stay around that topic.
But do you know what I mean? Like, even just as something as simple. So I had my backpack blowers all fuck out at the same time. I went and borrowed one from another contractor, and I was fucking so grateful. First day of use, fucking one of the boys flicked the fucking choke switch so hard, snapped the prick straight off. And I was just like, fuck, it's not even mine, man.
I know.
So the first thing I did was rang the guy who is the dealer. Didn't tell the contractor, but
There's no need to tell him.
So I was like, I got it fixed and I got his machine serviced, and then I gave it back to him. So that was Lee from ProCut he's down my way in Thornlands, and very thankful. I think Thornlands, maybe Vicky Point, but yeah, thanks, Lee.
I mean, if it's definitely going to be a lot easier for any employees to do a better job taking like good care of your gear if if you're doing that as well.
So when I was doing like my business restructure, I was actually thinking about getting one of the boys in once a month. So not all the crew, just one of the guys in once a month, and rotate them through to help me do the maintenance on machines and shit like that.
That is a fucking great idea.
Just so they know exactly how the machines work. I thought that was a good idea. I'd still pay them for the day, of course. But,
come on. It's not fucking slave.
Yeah, it's not fucking, I'll get,
it's not the 1940s.
I'll give you a 6-pack of beer if you come around for fucking 6 hours.
I'll give you a Howie Dowie.
Yeah, fucking we can play kick the box in.
What's kick the box in?
Howie Dowie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, I thought that was a good idea. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but I think it will. But I'm really lucky.
We used to have maintenance days all the time because Russell was more capable than me.
Rustle?
Yeah, my bad.
Let's call him Rustle from now on.
Rusty 1-9er, never been finer.
But he could be
smiling at a minor.
Half rusty, half pistol. He's Rustle.
He, I think he used to. Didn't people used to call him Neville Bartos?
Yeah.
That's from Chop eh?
Neville fucking Bartos.
No fucking money here, mate. Was that it?
Yeah.
No fucking money.
No money.
Where's the money?
Money, not here.
Fucking good old Chop. Like he, if I was like, all right, it's time to sharpen the chainsaws, and he'd just be like, yep, let me at it.
Yeah.
That's
good. Now, I remember a story from back in the day, one of your boys mixing fucking glypho instead of 2-stroke.
What a fucking disaster. Now, look, I believe, I could understand if, and people are going to like think about this and they're going to be like, whoa, can't believe you did that. But we know everyone's done it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the glypho was in an oil bottle.
Oh, no, because the oil, so 2-stroke oil in the 1 litre and glypho in a 1 litre come in the same bottle. So
Yeah. So usually, even if the labels are off, usually you got either green or black labels, and usually the oils are, usually black, maybe sometimes red, maybe.
Yeah, I got blue.
Blue, okay, yeah. So, no, that was a disaster. Luckily, that machine was saved, but we didn't know what was going on. We did not know what was going on.
Speaking of not going
until I made him drink it, and he's like, yeah, it's salty.
Oh.
No.
What did you make him drink?
Oh, come on. I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. You say everything else, but don't help me out with my jokes. But no, speaking of not knowing what's going on, I fucking have a, 18-month-old Echo PB 8010, and at some stage the choke switch got broken, probably the same fucking dude, but so it was flogged out, so I would, it still works.
Actually, you know what, those machines, they've always been notorious, like all Echo machines.
Well, the other one was a Husky.
No, I'm talking about, I know you said that you snapped it, but like I know on a lot of Echo machines the choke, it's like they'd be on a little spring.
Yeah, and that's what fucked up. So
yeah, and it just always.
Yeah, so you could still use it, but I had to wire the spring, wire the switch up, and it was only like that for maybe a week and a half while I was just, fucking working my balls off, and all of a sudden it started spewing fuel out of the exhaust and spewing lots of fucking fuel, and then I took the plug out to sort of let it air out. I thought, I'll check the plug, and someone said give it a couple of pulls with the plug out. Fuck me dead if I didn't get a mouthful of fucking fuel out of the plug hole too. It was just fuel coming out everywhere. Yeah, it was like a squirter, just fucking fuel pouring out everywhere. So I
don't know what that's like, eh?
Me neither. So all I did was I chucked a new carby on, thanks to Will Hartford. He helped me out. He's coming on soon.
He is coming on soon. Next week we have Leo from Fox Mowing.
Oh yeah.
So instead of listening to us ramble on for an hour or whatever we're at, you will actually get some good content.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of plugs,
Yeah.
We should run a plug for bad workwear.
Yeah, well, look at how flash you're looking.
Yep. Dressed to impress, the dress ready to play.
You know what you need, though? You need, like, an aviator's cap, like an old leather one, and those aviator goggles.
Oh, my God.
What?
What, do you want to... You just took a cool Sherpa and just fucking made it whack as fuck.
No, it looks cool.
I'm not a fucking pilot.
Yeah, but you could be. Fancy dress.
So, no, everyone, don't forget to use Skull in all capitals on the Bad Workwear site. Please don't try and buy a Catch Pro with the Skull code. It doesn't work, eh?
No work.
Did you want to say anything else?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking of, like, the Neville Bartos thing again. I was like, Skull, no work. It doesn't work for the Catch Pro.
Yep,
there we go.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, so Skull all in caps, and get yourself some fly threads. I just got the boys some shirts. Got myself some new hats, man. I'm a fucking hat addict, eh?
I've almost got every single jacket.
Do ya?
that they have, which is only 3.
Nah, there's heaps more than that.
Well,
There's
I don't
like
get
shooties. I'm gonna get one of those shooties.
See, I don't get any of the high vis stuff from me.
Okay. But they have heaps of different shirts now. They got fucking ridiculous amount of colours. They have got a script one.
I've got all the colours of the
Do
shirts.
ya?
Yeah, fucking hell.
Fucking hell. Fucking look at that.
I wear my orange one when I'm feeling happy.
Yeah.
Because it's just loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all see me on the podcast,
Yeah, it is loud. I like that. Actually, I bought one of the boys one of those, so I always know where he is.
Yeah, they can't hide from no one.
Come back here.
Unless they're hiding on the sun.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh shit. I'll be like, yeah, come back here, give me a cuddle.
Or unless they're hiding in Uranus.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Back to the story I've forgotten I was telling.
no, you were finished. It was about the squirter.
Oh, fair enough.
It was about employees and equipment.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I put the new carb on, and now this fucking smells like it's gonna catch on fire. Yeah. So there was still fuel pouring through a bit. I don't know if it's the return or
Gasket.
something like that. So the gaskets were all good on the carbs.
Nah, no good, eh?
It's no good.
Gasket's no good.
No good gasket.
Have you ever wondered why, like, say, Americans will say gasket, and then we say gasket? I dare to say gasket.
Gasket?
Yeah.
There's a perforation in my gasket. There's a hole in my gasket.
Well, we say basket, they say basket.
That's true. What's wrong with us and them? We're all fucking crazy.
You know, this is a huge sidebar. I got interested. Hey,
what other kind of sidebar is there?
Yeah, I know. I got really interested in how accents formed.
Yeah.
And so I just, was doing some research, and I was like, how did the American accent come to be? And all it was is like a bunch of people one day just started talking differently. Like just ran like out of sarcasm and stuff.
Yeah.
And so basically like the same thing also happened. And so like in England, like a certain in a certain place, they just like either held themselves above the rest of the population.
Yeah.
They just formed their own accent, like a posh accent. It was like, no, fuck it, we're just going to talk like this from now on.
As they do cocaine from a tiny spoon or then wrapped around their neck.
Don't you reckon it's just funny?
It is weird when you think about it.
Because people in Tasmania, don't they kind of sound like Kiwis sometimes?
Don't know, never been there.
Neither have I, but like I know people came up once and I was like, oh, you're a Kiwi? And they're like, no, we're fucking Tasmanian.
We're Tasmanian.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, we can definitely tell you're from Queensland.
Yeah, well, I know that like people in Melbourne kiss different, like Will pashed me and it was completely different to when you pashed me, so.
Well, it felt normal when Rob did it.
Yeah. Open mouth pashes for everyone.
Oh,
mate. It's been a long week, even though it's only Tuesday. No, look, everyone's sick in my house. I'm fucking losing sleep. But,
man, I've been sleeping like a baby.
Have ya?
Yeah, well,
waking up in the middle of the night screaming and kicking and shit.
Trying to hop in bed with my mum, mate.
Mummy, my poo-poo.
I don't know what else to say.
What were you talking about? Sleeping. Fucking hell. What's that? No, look. I think...
No, I honestly, I sleep pretty good at my house. I don't really wake up to the children. Like, it's not that I don't want to or that I'm against it or anything. I just don't fucking wake up.
Neither do I. My missus is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and like the lights can be on and someone can, like, there can be like a proper thing happening, eh?
Yeah.
And I've just got no idea.
You know how you're talking about having nappy naps?
Yeah.
So I've got a real bad habit. If I'm really cooked, like I've had a big week, if I'm sitting up, I'm okay. But as soon as I go to have like a little like lay down and get comfortable, even if people are talking directly to me and I'm part of the conversation, I still fall asleep. It's like my worst habit. And fuck it.
What do you mean, people like in your family or
like my wife and children?
Yeah.
They'll just be telling me a story. I'll just be like, and they'll be like, "Are you fucking sleeping?" I'm like, No. It's just I had my eyes closed.
You get those Homer Simpson goggles when he's in court of just the eyeballs.
It's jury duty.
Yeah.
No, I'm horrible.
Good old thing.
Even actually lately, Lou's like, "Have you got fucking narcolepsy?" I'm like, "Wait, don't joke about that, eh?"
Nah, so I go through stages where like I can look. I'm a typical 8-hour guy.
Yeah.
Like, but if I was to get 8 hours, so 3 nights in a row, all of a sudden I'll just only sleep 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm about like a 6-hour guy.
Yeah, see, I don't think that that's healthy.
Yeah, I know. It's probably why I'm fat, because they say like the more you sleep, the better your habits are and shit like that.
No, I don't think that's.
Like,
I don't think that's true.
It probably could be like today.
But
like I
haven't-
had McDonald's twice today.
Oh yeah, but mate, it just happens when you're on the fly.
Yeah, well, look, that's one thing that I have to address. You know what I was thinking? You know how we're looking for sponsors? Maybe we should look outside of the lawn care game and maybe see if we can get some discount codes happening for like...
Mate, I'll fucking look at anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone that'll give me some money, I'll just look at anyone.
Yeah, lingerie for big sexy men.
Imagine rocking up to a lawn in lingerie.
Oh my god. Some people would like it. You know, it's funny. I looked at our messages on our Skull Sessions page, and there's actually like on.
Yeah, they're just spam, mate.
Yeah, but one of them is actually directed at me, and it's from a dude, and he's like 100% would bang.
Oh, I remember.
Do you remember that dude?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is a joke or not. And I looked at his profile. He's not joking. And
He's queer as folk.
yeah, he'd fuck the shit out of me. So
I don't know what to say about that.
that's
I'm just glad that I'm.
you know what
not
though? I'm not mad. I'm kind of like, well, thank you very much, sir.
So you were a little bit flattered.
Yeah, of course I was.
Okay.
A little bit of that. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Just running through my head.
Yeah, no, because you're.
Have you had any like that?
No,
None.
not from men or women.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the only one. It was from a dude who looks like me. That's cool.
That's funny. All right, well, I think I've had enough of this episode, dude. I think it's time to wrap this baby up. Now, I don't know what happened to us this week. We kind of just lost focus within the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now, next week, it won't be, we don't know we're doing Thursday's episode, but Sunday's episode will be
Leo.
Leo from Fox Mowing.
Yep, and Donna Shearer, who is Rob Shearer's wife, international mowers, Rob Shearer, Skag, Rob Shearer, she's willing to come on, and she's going to hook us up with a very detailed, like a tax time episode. So that is going to be amazing. So she has just finished doing I think it was like a virtual thing for 150 gyms franchises. So she knows
it's different to a virtual blowjob.
Yeah. How?
I just remember seeing that one time.
A virtual blowjob.
Yeah, you know, like those girls.
How easy would it be to
So like they do it, and then you obviously watch it and pretend it's happening to you. I don't know. I don't.
How shit would that be? What do you do? Like, do you fucking put the screener on your lap?
Well, it'd be like phone sex. Like, if I can only, like, if I was, let's say my wife was, like, away.
Yeah.
She's going away for 5 days. And then, like, she rang me and was like, do you want to have phone sex? I'd be like, oh, nah. I'd be like, can't I just go download some porn or something?
Yeah, that's it. Download some porn. I just watch it.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, fair
Stream
enough.
it.
Yeah, I don't get
face.
that, Like, oh man, I don't know how. Like, I understand like people like to look at beautiful women, but paying for like OnlyFans and shit, that's
yeah. I mean, I don't know
how that works.
I just wouldn't want to get busted doing
But I know there's a tradie out there.
Oh my gosh, I have a bloody story.
All right.
You want to?
Okay, so there's a big fat tradie who like. He's on OnlyFans and he makes more money doing that than he does being a tradie. He like sells his socks, his uniforms, everything. Like,
what videos does he do?
Like sexy videos on work sites, like shirt off in these like these like tighties, fucking little tight footy shorts and shit.
I I got an email and it went to my junk folder, and I didn't fall for it at all, but I read it. And it was like, oh, I'm from so-and-so. I've hacked into your...
oh, my God. I've had the same email.
I've hacked into your computer camera. And it was saying things like, I've had a look at your social profile. I know who you are. I've got all recorded footage of you, and I've noticed that you like to visit adult websites. And I'm full reading this, and I'm just like... It was worded like really elegantly, like
compared to like a normal
like a lawyer did it.
Yeah, like I'm Prince Zambuzi. I've got 10 grand to send you.
And it was like so like I guess I didn't really want to fully say it, but it's like, oh, I don't think everyone in your social circle would want to see the videos that I have of you pulling your pants down and all this stuff. And I'm just reading this and I'm just like, oh, and then it says like really politely, please transfer this exact amount in US dollars to this account right now, or I'm sending shit live. And I'm just like sitting there thinking, like I didn't fall for it at all.
I panicked
because I don't wank it away.
No, I don't.
And but man, do you reckon that shit works?
It got me for a little bit, a second. So Lou actually
Did you log on to your bank account and just be like, well,
No. Well, I don't know how to do internet banking.
Oh, okay.
That's how whack I am.
Man, get with it.
So literally Lou was like, oh, I got an interesting email today. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, what was it? And she's like, I'll read it to you. And she started reading it. I was like, what if this is legit? It's like I'm just there looking on my phone or something.
Have you ever had the ones from the tax office? And they call you and they're like, yeah, man, what's your address? And you're like, whoa, who is this?
Yeah.
They're like, man, you owe $10,000 and you got to pay it to this account in BSB right now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, look, I'm talking to this dude and I'm like, man, have you got like a reference number or something?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're sending the authorities around now. And I'm like,
shit.
Where the fuck are you sending them to? Oh, your address, sir. What address have you got there? Well, you have to confirm it with me. And I'm like, man, I'm not confirming shit. And like, apparently, I did see an article. Apparently, they're scraping up like millions worth of people who are just like, oh fuck, well, I better pay this.
Yeah, I feel terrible for people who get scammed, but it's just I feel like my mum is like.
From what I understand, they get the money back.
Oh, do they?
The people that get scammed, like
I mean,
which is pretty cool. The banks.
Oh fuck yeah! But
it just goes to show you that money doesn't really exist.
Yeah, they have insurance.
It's just a bunch of zeros in the accounts.
Yeah, I feel like mum's a candidate for a scamming. I'm fucking always telling her like, don't do that. Like she's been hacked a few times on Facebook. I'm like, don't do those little games and shit. Like that's how they infiltrate you.
How bad is it when you get a message from someone and it's like, hey Ben, is that you? He's like, compromised.
Is that like from email or is that on your phone?
Just like Messenger.
Oh, okay.
That's when you just know someone's been fucked up.
Yeah. God. What about the weight loss one that went out from my account? It was like these two chicks and it was like in a photo and they looked pretty rotten, we'll say.
I remember.
It looked like they were fucking hunting pigs or something like that.
You can tell because it tagged like 400 people in it.
It really tagged everyone.
It fucking tagged
and it's
everyone.
like, hi, I lost blah blah amount of weight, and it was in pounds as well. I was just like, what the fuck? And I just woke up to like 45 messages being, hey BJ, I think
wasn't
I've been hacked.
Wasn't there comments like, oh wow, congratulations?
Yeah, there was fucking,
people were actually like, and is it as soon as you comment then you're compromised as well?
I think it might be. Clicking the link or something like that.
I'll never forget one time when we had a mate who went through a breakup with another friend of ours.
Yeah.
And then she married someone else, and who is not, he became a mate later on, I guess. But anyway, his Facebook got hacked, and they had a baby. And it might have been like 2 months later or something. His Facebook got hacked, and for some reason was tagging like their newborn photos, and it's like, he's sharing it and tagging himself, but it's a hack.
Oh god.
And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like, why the fuck is Nick tagging himself in photos? Like, he's not in that relationship anymore.
No.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, fuck you,
Anyway, this episode is just fucking...
It's a write-off.
It's going out of control.
Enjoy.
Don't even put a title on this episode. Like, I'm ashamed to have a title on it.
No, we need to think of a title.
Right,
fucking screw up session.
yeah, maybe. All right, so I can you at least let me sign out?
Yeah.
I am at Cash Power Australia. He is at TBL, and we're cruising.
Goodbye.